So this year I'm back in my kitchen making Christmas cakes again. The only difference is that I'm making 2 Christmas cakes. So what I've done is doubled the recipe, and I've taken my recipe from the BBC Good Food website. I've just made my own little minor adaptations. What the recipe says to do is melt the butter in the pan with the fruit, adding in the orange juice, which I'm going to add in here, the lemon juice, and the zest of a lemon, the zest of an orange, and then the sugar. So it's all going in here. And it says to cook this on the heat. I'd already soaked my fruit with the alcohol, so therefore I'm not going to heat it back up. So once I've got all of that stirred in, the next layer of flavours are the spices. So what I've got to add in is 2 teaspoons of mixed spice, but as I'm doubling my recipe, that goes to 4. Some vanilla extract, so it's a teaspoon of that. I've got some ground cinnamon going into the recipe, so a couple of teaspoons of that. So as I said, I'm doubling my recipe. The other thing to remember to put into this is some baking powder. I'll just go for a teaspoon of baking powder. And it has some eggs. So I've used all my own Cheshire Blue eggs, which I'm just loving. And it's asked for 4 of those. I've doubled it up, made it 8, and then I've actually added in a spare one just for luck, just because I felt a couple of the eggs were a little bit little. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a whisk. Drop it all in. And then into that mixture, ground almonds, my flour, and my flaked almonds. So there's, as you can see, there is so much going into this cake. So traditionally, last Sunday would have been Stir Up Sunday, and here I am, stirring up the ingredients for our Christmas cake. The thing about a Christmas cake is it needs to be deliciously moist, and that's what everybody judges a cake by. So I think this one will certainly be that. If you feel perhaps yours isn't, hasn't got enough liquid, just add a little bit more orange juice in. So just making sure that you haven't got any pockets of solid flour in it, so it's all really beautifully mixed in together. As you can see, it's such a dense cake. There's so much fruit in here. It's packed with fruit, packed with those delicious scents of Christmas. So this is a very special rum. It's from the Salford Rum Company. And when I smell it, to me, it just smells massively Christmassy. Obviously, I'm not going to waste the bottle on my beautiful cake, but I'm just going to give it a little splash. So what I've done is I've taken 2 cake tins and I've lined them. I've just cut a circle in the bottom, and then I've greased around the sides, and then just stuck a band of baking parchment around it. And what you can do in addition is fold newspaper over it and tie it around the outside, and that's just to stop your sides burning. But I'm not going to do the newspaper thing, but I'm just now going to fill up my 2 cake tins with this mixture right to the very top. The person who loves Christmas cake the most is my dad. I'm hoping to see him over Christmas and share a piece of cake with him. So I've mixed it all up together, and I'm really happy with the consistency. And so I'm going to pop these into my oven. I've got them at 130 degrees, so that's a low temperature, and we're going to cook for 2 hours. So I'm going to put my timer on and take them out at 2 hours, put a skewer in and make sure they are cooked. And then when they've cooled, I'm going to skewer them all over and just add a tiny bit more alcohol over the surface.